Yeah, that's a good thing. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Sunday, August 16th. And if you are here by appointment, or if you're here by accident or coincidence,
Jesus
the
Christ.
three of us, that's okay. Yep, we got to turn the volume down. The three of us are really, really happy that you're here. And if you would, tell us your name, tell us your location, and tell us the name and the relationship of the person or the people that you love who brought you to this circle. I'm looking at my phone here, and I want to welcome folks as other folks kind of find us. So again, let us know your name, your location, and the name and the relationship of the person that you love who brought you to this circle. So, hi, Mary Mortimer. Let's wave to our friend Mary. Hi, Christine. Nice to see you too. Rhonda from Germantown, Tennessee. Caden's most amazing mom. Yes, absolutely. I like your new title. My friend Shelley Buck is watching. You guys will get to meet the person that I'm most excited about y'all meeting is Walker, and Walker's mom. Shelley's interesting, but Walker's the one who's really fascinating, and we'll meet him a week from Tuesday at 7:30 p.m.
Great.
Yeah. Carrie, good morning from Albuquerque, New Mexico. My daughter, Christine. Glad that you are both here. Mary from Louisville, here with my beautiful son, Brian. Vicky, good morning from Vicky. Fort Calhoun, Nebraska, with my son in spirit, Jackson. I'm 90% NE is Nebraska. Yes? Yeah. Jennifer, Mr. Ryan, our son. Lorraine, who you two will meet Monday night because Lorraine's in the Becoming Radiant 5-day program. Lorraine from New York, my son Johnny brings me here. Gail, glad you're here. Good morning, everyone. Our friend Jeannie. Hello, Tom, Anna, and Margo. So happy to be with you this Sunday morning. My beautiful daughter, Caitlin, brought me here. Yes, and we are sending love, light, and energy to your equally as beautiful son, Ryan. Marnie, good morning, all you beautiful people. Well, look at this. This is Joe. No last names necessary. Welcome back, Tom. Joe from Southern California. Brought here by my sons, Christopher and Andrew and Margo, of course. Yes, yes, yes. Mary from St. Petersburg, Florida. Eddie, my beautiful son. Oh, sorry, Shelley. I said Walker. Great. It's early. Shelley's son's name is Ryder. Sorry. Ryder's like, my name is Ryder, dude. Don't call me Walker. Sorry.
Walking and riding this road with us.
Yes. So for all those people that are wondering, is Tom Zuba really a human being? Yes, he is. And kind of a little bit tired today. Kim, East Central Wisconsin, my husband Richard, my mom Helen, my dad Ken, my brother Kurt, and many others. Okay, before I mispronounce people's names or assign other names to people's beloveds, welcome everybody, welcome. I want to open up, like I've done for the last couple months, with the singing bowl. My dad Claude gave this to me. He turned 88 on April 6th of 2019, and he went into the light 2 days later. I believe, this is what I believe, that that we are energy. I believe that we're energy, and like energy attracts like energy. And when I can consciously raise my vibration to a healing level, then I literally heal and I draw all that is healing to me. So this singing bowl was made in Nepal. The people that created this by hand created it so that the sound it emits vibrates at a healing level. I believe them. I believe them. The power of our belief is so strong that when I decide to believe something, it is true. It is true for me. So this vibrates at a healing level. I'm going to literally match my vibration, match my energy to the sound that this emits. I'm going to feel it in my body. That's going to raise my vibration. That's going to allow me to heal. Join me if you like. The intention is set that those of us that are together today live or via the recording, we are open to raising our vibrational level so that we will heal. I believe something else, and I want to make it really clear. I'm not telling anyone what they should believe. Everyone gets to believe whatever they want, and there are many, many, many different truths. I believe that we are light. I believe that we came from light. I believe that when we finish everything we came to the planet to do, and we drop our physical bodies, we return to light. I believe that the people that we love who brought us here, who remarkably finished everything, maybe in 2 days, maybe in 2 months, maybe in 20 years, maybe in 95 years. It's possible that they finished everything before they were even physically born. All those souls had a hand in bringing us together. They have many messages. 2 of the messages that I'm positive they have for us are, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And please heal, please heal. Please be open to the possibility of healing. I'm not suffering anymore. I'm not holding you responsible for my passing. I don't miss you. I'm not missing out on life. I'm in the presence of the divine. Heal, heal, heal. So I'm going to light this candle in honor of all of those souls, in memory of, in communion with, reminding me, this is where I came from. This is actually what I am. This is what I will return to. And I'm going to tap into the light of all the people that brought us together. So having said that, welcome Anna, welcome Margo. I am so, so happy to be here with you. I've been looking forward to this for what? We planned this 3.5, 4 weeks ago. Welcome.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good morning.
So is the plan is for me to begin by reading chapter 22.
Of Permission to Mourn.
Oh, of Permission to Mourn. Yeah. You know what? I was looking at this, and chapter 22 of this is perfect. It's Are You Still Here? No, it's perfect. So I will follow the rules and read from this. But anyone that has this, read chapter 22 from that. It's really, really powerful and pertinent to what we're talking about today. Okay. Chapter 22, the horse. The truth is that most of us want to get back up on the horse. That wild, unpredictable, breathtaking, heart-pounding, invigorating horse called life. Do you? Even though you've been knocked off the horse, even though you've been thrown off and stepped on and trampled and bruised and beaten and broken by the fall, and now you haven't a clue how to get back on that horse, your life. But it's what you want to do. It's what most of us want to do. And to me, that is the miracle. That is the shift in perception. That wanting, that yearning, that desire for more of life is the miracle. I believe that it is life itself. Whispering at first, I am not done with you. We have more to experience, more to explore, more to discover, to create, to enjoy. We have more to love together, you and I together. Can you hear the whisper, ever so softly at first? Can you feel it? After the fog begins to lift, after the numbness starts to melt, after the shock gives way to a deeper awareness, in spite of the fact, because of the fact that someone you love oh so dearly has died, you want to get back on the horse. You want to live again. You want to feel the warmth of the sun on your face again. You want to smell the freshly cut grass in the morning. You want to feel awe again. When you look up at a night and see the stars flung across the sky, you want to feel like you belong here among the living. You want to feel safe and connected. You want to believe that there is a purpose to your life, that you matter, that you can contribute. You want to love and be loved. And the truth is, you have two voices in your head, and it feels like those two voices do battle every day. One voice tells you that you will be okay, that you will be happy again, that life will feel good again, that you can do this, that you have the courage, the strength, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the grace to live again, or for the very first time. And the other voice says, no, it's too scary out there. You will be hurt again. You will never recover. It is not possible. The sorrow is too deep, the loss too great. You are doomed to a life of pain, of sadness, of suffering, of isolation, of desperation. You get to decide which voice you listen to. You get to decide which voice you make room for. which one you feed and nourish and pay attention to and encourage to grow stronger and louder and more influential. You get to decide which voice you say yes to, not just once, but over and over and over again. It begins with setting the intention to say yes. It begins with picturing yourself up there on that horse. Again, can you imagine that? Can you see that? Do you want that? Can you feel what it would feel like to be back up on that horse? You were born to be radiant, and so was I. Not in spite of the fact that someone you love has died, but because of the fact that someone you love has died. Say yes, say yes, say yes. Say yes to life. Say yes to love. Say yes to you. And I would suggest that if you are listening to this live, or if you are listening to this on the recording, a part of your soul, and it may be the tiniest part of your soul, a part of your soul brought you to the three of us to hear this message. 98% of you may be screaming, no, 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 they don't get it. They don't get it. Mine is more painful. Mine is worse. But this happened and then this happened and they don't get it. I will never, ever, ever be happy again. I get it. I get it. I was there. I was there. And from where I'm sitting right now, I honestly believe that something, a force, your loved one, God, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, brought you to hear these words today. Feed that part of you. So, Anna and Margo, I believe that gratitude can be the door that I can walk through, that others can walk through, to shift our perceptions so that we can get to a point where we say, I see that horse. I want to jump on that horse. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So I am so grateful that in my absence, the two of you once again allowed the entire world to see you become radiant before our very eyes as you, my nose is running. It's like I'm sobbing. I mean, as the two of you demonstrated the power of gratitude on a day-to-day basis. So share. I'm curious, what was the experience like for you and what have you learned?
Do you want me to go, Anna, or you want to go?
You can go first, my Margo. You know, I always go in your vacuum, right?
Well, welcome back, Tom, and thank you. This summer has unfolded so interestingly for me. You asked me to share with you, and I even questioned what I would possibly have to say that anyone would be interested in. And then Anna asked me to be her accountability partner, but forgot to mention we were going to do it live every day. And I've just leaned in and said yes. And I think the first group I did with you, you know, you talk about the gratitude practice, and especially when we went to the retreat 2 summers ago. And so that has been a very regular part of my day, usually in the morning. And I was telling Anna and everyone, it's another tool in my arsenal, and and I'm afraid not to do it. You know, that setting the day off, knowing every day that I'm going to sit down and do this means I have to have eyes to find things to write down. And so that right there changed my look, you know. And but doing it and writing it down and keeping it to myself has been very beneficial over these couple years. And a lot of stuff got brought up with there was so much abundance. I was a little uncomfortable with what some of the abundance and gratitude was bringing up. You know, do I deserve it? The only reason I have this is because my son died, and I now can do things that I wasn't able to do when he was in his physical body because I had to care for him. But being accountable and sharing to someone else and talking about it, you know, we didn't get on and just rattle off 3 things. You know, we talked about it, and it brought up other things. And I think it was really, really powerful and expanded. And then other people sharing their gratefuls that I could borrow from and now recognize in my own life. I felt like every day Anna and I were just looking into each other's eyes, almost like 2 girlfriends who are having a very deep conversation. And I forgot that there were people watching. And I don't think I've ever been as vulnerable and open and transparent in my life, let alone doing it in a format where complete strangers are watching that. So the exercise of the daily gratitude, but the sharing it, and Anna did a really good job talking about how in this world right now where there is so much pain and there's so much uncertainty and there's so much negativity, that by us putting a little drop of gratitude out there, there are ripple effects. And, you know, many people's Facebook pages now are sprinkled with love, compassion, gratitude, kindness, and everyone that follows them now are getting a little bit of that in their feed to balance out some of the other really hard stuff that's going on around the world. And I think that's beautiful.
So you know me well enough. I take notes and then I have questions.
Okay.
So you said something really, really powerful when you were talking about noticing that the abundance and that the gratitude was literally flowing to you. And then you asked the question, do I deserve it? Do I deserve it? Margo, do you deserve it?
I do deserve it. But it was really uncomfortable at first. You know, the holding the devastating loss of Andrew and how hard that life was to what my life looks like now, and how much easier and how many more opportunities I have. And it was hard to hold both of those. And I had to give myself permission and love myself enough and be very secure where Andrew was and what Andrew was experiencing as well, you know.
Does Andrew believe that you deserve the abundance and the gratitude to flow towards you?
Absolutely.
And did that help you make the shift?
It did. I mean, with you, with Anna in our group, it was, what do I think Andrew's life is like now? And when you take a boy who, for his entire life, was battling cancer and hospitals and pokes and tests and hospitalizations and surgeries and recoveries, and on and on and on, he's in the presence of the divine. There is no cancer. There is no pain. There is no poking. There is only joy and abundance and love and light. And he's getting to do things he never could do in his physical body. And it's glorious, and maybe it's my time to have what's possible here on earth in that abundant, loving, vibrant setting.
Yeah. And your biggest cheerleader as you continue to move in that direction, your biggest cheerleaders are your two sons.
Yeah.
So I also love this, and this is becoming more and more clear and apparent to me just over the last couple of weeks. Yes, let us write down our gratitude, or let us see with new eyes and be on the lookout for our gratitudes through the day. Yes, let us write them down in a journal. Yes, when I give voice to them, when I use my mouth and put energy behind actually speaking them, choice A would be by myself. I mean, even if I'm all by myself, to read my gratitudes out loud, that ratchets up the power. And if I'm fortunate enough to have a gratitude partner, and the two of us or the three of us can actually speak about them, that multiplies the power of the experience. Essentially, is that what you came to understand?
I feel that. And there are days, right, because we're on this journey where maybe seeing the gratitude is a little tough. But now I have all these other beautiful souls that are sharing theirs, and I can borrow from them today. Oh, yes, I'm grateful for that too. And there were several people, I'm just so blown away, because you said this morning, people came here, their soul was led here, they, needing to hear this. And there were people that showed up to listen to these two girls, sharing their gratitudes. And whether below our video or what I was seeing is on their own pages, finding a picture, finding something that represented their gratitude for the day, and then writing it and sharing it for all their family and friends and coworkers who follow them, and the ripple effect. And then they were getting positive comments and commentary on that. And what started out as a little conversation between Anna and I, expanded. And so not keeping it to myself, is, and that's in general, getting on and just talking about the things that ended up coming out organically out of our gratitudes. I had gone very in for a long time. And I think letting other people know it's okay, that their feelings are okay, and that, we never wanted anyone to think like, oh, we've got it all figured out, we're healed, and being just very transparent and vulnerable. And you have done such a great job creating that safe space. And I think Ann and I really tried to hold that and create that.
Yeah, yes. I have seen over and over and over again that we heal quicker. I think we heal deeper when we're in community. I honestly don't believe that the grief journey was meant to be taken alone. There's value in the loneliness, there's value in the isolation, there is, but like the darkness, it's not meant to be our forever time or place. So yes, absolutely, you guys modeled, you painted a picture of what a safe, sacred space is. We could see it every single day. And when you said it was the most vulnerable, the most open, the most transparent I had ever been. And when you do that, when Anna does that, when I do that, we give the next person permission to do the same. That's how we heal. It's not a mystery. It's not a mystery to me anymore. And what I've said over and over again is, thank you to anyone that's willing to widen the circle. And through the two of you showing up, saying yes, showing up, more and more people widened our circle. And they became the teachers by posting their gratitudes on their Facebook page. Every single one of those human beings became a teacher. And my question is, if we don't become the teachers, how else are the others going to know? They won't know. They won't know. So yes, there's an incredible ripple effect because of the fact that the two of you said yes. And it's like, well, this is who I am. This is who I am. And sometimes I say the wrong name. Sometimes I call Ryder Walker and Walker Ryder. I'm a human being. Yes. None of us are perfecto. We're, to quote Anna, quoting I forget who you're quoting, but we're imperfectly perfect.
Yeah.
I think I quoted you.
Perhaps. And I want to say one other thing. You talked about being vulnerable and open and transparent in front of complete strangers. And you just hit on this 3 minutes ago. Their soul recognized something in your soul. Their souls recognized something in Anna's soul. So the painful belief that these are complete strangers, I ain't buying it. These are our people. And when we look, it's from the second book, I think, when we look we will know them by the way we feel when we're in their presence. And when,
Tom, we talked about, we gave a little backstory how Ann and I met, which was in an online group, and how that evolved and how important it is to be in community, because for me, the members of my family, we're all grieving. And so they weren't necessarily my people when it came to processing all this grief, and we were all facing it very differently. And so we've talked a lot, Anna, about the importance of other avenues, being in a community, you offer all these opportunities to get in community with people who are also seeking to heal, that then become what Anna and I have become, because we didn't know each other 2 years ago, and how that is, and there's many of us that have this connection by the safe, sacred spaces you've created, and our souls have connected, and it's evolved over time. And so I wasn't needing my family or people that I thought should be my people. I found my people, And so I think that's really powerful. And I know a few people signed up for some of the openings in your classes after kind of talking about that. And they will find beautiful people who will be their Annas, in this journey. And it's very healing to do that together.
Yes, yes. I'm glad you brought that up. I remember after Aaron died, for those of you that don't know, my 18-month-old daughter, our first child, died in 1990. And people would say, oh, thank God you and Trish have each other. I'm so glad you have each other. Thank God you have each other. And I remember thinking, are you effing nuts? She's completely broken. I'm completely broken. We have nothing to offer each other. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So I think it's very, very common that, after the dust settles a little bit, we look around and we think, well, this should be my support person. This should be my support person. This should be my support person. But as you said, they too are in the middle of their grief. So yes, we have to look outside of that intimate circle. And yes, that is one of the things. I'm a master at creating a safe, sacred space. And I'll tell you why, because I didn't have one. I didn't have one for 20 years. That's a blessing. I'm grateful I didn't have one, because now I have lots of them. But it's also the truth that, there are times when people, literally, we have to create that safe, sacred space for ourselves. We have to, because there isn't anyone, on our radar screen or in our orbit.
And that was for me an expectation that was wrong, and it caused me a lot of pain.
Me too.
A lot of disappointment. And
me too. One of the things that I know that you experienced is, I'm sure it drives people insane when I say this over and over again, but particularly in the beginning, but the greatest gift that we can give the world is to work on our own healing. I know that feels selfish for a lot of people. And then the second part of that is that as you heal, the people that you are energetically connected to, if you have a spouse, if you have children, they will energetically heal as well. So your gift is not only to yourself, your gift is to the people that you love, which is kind of ironic, because we think, well, I'm the one that is the neediest. We take care of ourselves, and we're also taking care of our loved ones.
And being in a healing community, at the beginning of July, I thought I was doing pretty good, right? Feeling pretty good, handling quarantine. And by Anna having this vision and inviting me along, and her healing and expanding and growing, I have now healed and expanded and grown. So it's not just in your family, which has been very important, and so many great things have happened, but I keep moving forward with the people I'm around and getting caught up in their I'm learning is Anna's dropping truth bombs and such deep, beautiful truths. I sit there and take all that in, and I'm being changed and healed as she's doing her work. So it's very powerful.
Yeah. And I think it's a concrete example that we're all part of the same whole, that we literally are all connected. As Anna heals, we all get to heal. As Margo heals, we all heal. As I heal, we all get to heal. It's really powerful. So the truth of the matter is, even though it feels like we're alone, none of us are really, really alone.
Right.
So I'm waiting to hear what the Brazilian mystic has to share today.
So read chapter 22, and first of all, I have to say that I am really grateful that I have found you and your books and your knowledge and your friendship and your support and your hug embracing me, because you and your books and your knowledge brought me to the horse of life again. And our one-on-one sessions. And when you were reading chapter 22nd, I was just thinking about it because it said belonging, belonging, belonging. And what I have been saying when I talk about the circle of holding our souls through the heart of our souls, connecting to our loved ones and our divine, and holding hands and holding our souls, I always say, because it's friendship, partnership, companionship, family, belonging. Because this means a lot to me, a lot. Because, and I am grateful for this whole intention because it allowed me. I need to go slowly because there are so many things. Okay, so I am grateful for this family belonging because of childhood, because of moving here to the United States, for getting married with my husband, and like he's gone in my brain in 2016. And here I am. Where do I belong? Where do I belong? I went to Brazil and I didn't feel I belonged there. I came back to the United States and I was like, oh my God, I don't belong here too. I have this accent, and people don't understand me, and sometimes I don't understand them anyway. So when I found your book, Permission to Mourn, when I found Permission to Mourn, the belonging, and then the groups I did in February, the other groups I did, that I was getting the connection, the family connection, the family belonging that I was craving so much. My soul was craving so much. So first of all, I'm grateful for that. Then I have been walking this journey of healing and trying and making the effort, not trying, making the effort and the commitment of saying yes every day, like I have been saying. Tiny yes becomes a huge yes in the end. Uh, and then in February 2020, I was really like kind of needing a time for me to, I don't know why, I just got to a point that I felt I really want to take some time for me. Then I went to San Diego in California, and I walked, and like I walked every day in the morning, and I looked at that sun and I felt that breeze, the ocean breeze. And I was talking to my God, to my faith. I'm just looking at your sculpture behind you, and I am feeling like I belong in that hand. I belong in that hand, the hand of my God, of my faith. So I was walking, and then suddenly I come back from San Diego and I got bed bound for 16 days. That like bed bound. I had meningitis, so I had to stay laying flat. So I was bed bound. And in the silence and in the darkness of my bedroom, I just had these glimpses, like you say, these glimpses of my life, the life that I wanted to create, the becoming that I wanted to be becoming every day. And then I asked you, could I read Permission to Mourn? And that's when I started reading Permission to Mourn. And I just felt like exactly that. I felt this connection. I felt the connection with each of the people who were there listening to the words, each of the people that were making comments. And I felt connected with my divine, with my soul, with my husband. And I felt like finally we were doing the work that we thought we were going to do in physical bodies, but we are doing through our souls. So I felt like purposeful, meaningful. I felt light. I felt peace. And that was a ripple effect. Then I asked you, no, then you asked me to read Becoming Radiant. And I was like, oh, I do not feel like I could do it. I do not feel like a radiant soul. I got this book when we had the retreat in 2018, and I opened it, I read one chapter, and I closed it because I felt, oh, my energy is permission to mourn. I am not becoming radiant. And then you said, well, if it resonates with your heart, you go for it. And I decided to say yes. My soul decided to say yes through my body. And there we are. I was becoming all the chapters, becoming all the energy, becoming this connection. Like Margo said, suddenly I was sitting on the bench with all these people, and these people were sitting on the bench with me, and suddenly we were walking, holding hands with the divine. And I really felt like this memory picture. I had difficult days because, like you said, we are both energy, emotions, and feelings inside of us daily. And I would close my eyes and I would feel all the circle of these people around me, the family belonging, the friendship, the partnership, the companionship. People I don't know, never met them in person, but I feel their souls connected to my soul and their loved ones and my loved ones.
Mm.
So then I kept walking and I kept saying yes. And I just felt in my heart, you know, you always ask us when we are doing your groups, practice gratitude, write your gratefuls. That's the first thing, the first day of your groups, the idea, the task, the homework is to start practicing gratitudes. And I felt in my heart, with all the bad things that are the difficult, painful, hurtful things that are happening in the world right now, and all the things that I see with PTSD, depression, addiction in my world, I felt like I would really love to practice gratitude. And you said yes, and Valerie said yes, and we had the t-shirts. And I came with this Haven creation, and Margo said yes. I bullied her. I I made her do live things when she said she was gonna do text message, when she thought she was gonna do text messages. And here we are, suddenly spreading gratitude to all these people around us. And daily gratefuls became a Gary Zuka, of course, which became uh, responsible choices, which became like connecting to my soul, practicing pause, which became like becoming, and suddenly talking about forgiving and being grateful for my childhood, for my parents, for their divorce, for, releasing all. And like I say, release, or put them in your jar of love feelings, set them aside as teachers and reminders, and just releasing and feeling with gratitude and feeling with love, and becoming a group that we are becoming stronger and lighter and brighter. And like we said yesterday, like, for all these people who are following us, keep spreading your love, keep spreading your healing through your Facebook, for this world that is in so much need of love and light and acceptance and kindness, and and Margo, like, saying, do I deserve this? Oh my God, we came up yesterday also, like, what a powerful, enlightened, beautiful soul she is, that she walked, she, in her hurt and in her pain, she was love and a safe space for all the people that she helped finishing their work, right? Like Andrew, her dad, her mom. Oh my God, what a powerful, beautiful, strong soul agreed to walk through so much pain and hurt to be a safe, sacred space for your loved ones going back home. And, each one of us, you walked three of your loved ones, and here you are bringing healing to all the world that is connecting with you. And I walked with my mom, my grandma, my husband, and yes, what powerful souls we are. And that's our purpose, that's our meaning, that's what brings me peace and fulfillment. And I am so grateful that I am allowing my soul to become the gifts that my soul is supposed to bring together with each one of us. And mainly together with our divine, together with our loved ones' souls. And like you said, because we are one. We are one with the sky, we are one with the trees, we are one with this whole universe because we are divine souls, right? Yeah. And I love you. I love you. I love you. And I love this beautiful lady and her Joe and all of us, even the ones I have never I have never seen in person. I love all of us because I'm loving through my soul. I'm loving through their loved ones' souls. Thank you. And thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for bringing us all together, for all our souls connecting. We said yes. We said yes to this meeting right now. And I am grateful that we are here. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, my twin. For those of you who don't know, we are both from April 2nd.
And
Now
we
my nose is running.
so if you would both take a moment and think, feel, what's the biggest takeaway from the last 21 days for you personally?
Oh boy, there's a lot. So you were reading this last chapter, Get on the Horse, and I have my book here, and I was kind of reading along with you when you were just reading it, and I write in my book, okay, and you read, you want to feel like you belong here, and I put an arrow off of that, and I wrote, I don't belong. And a little farther down it says, you want to feel safe. And I wrote an arrow and I said, I don't feel safe. You want to believe that there's a purpose in your life. I drew an arrow and I said, I don't feel I have purpose. And that was me 2 years ago. So my biggest takeaway is I don't feel like this anymore. And I'm very grateful.
Me too. Me too.
Me too.
I am grateful that you said yes over and over and over and over and over again.
And it's a daily, it's a daily, and you write that too, you know, it's like, you know, it's not a one and done. You know, even the painful beliefs, I want to go pick it back up and I have to go back and do all my stuff. And but yeah, that has been my biggest takeaway over this.
Yeah,
is I no longer feel like that. Thank you.
Huge shifts for you.
I would say that my biggest takeaway from all this journey since the beginning is also this, like I said, like the sense of not belonging, the sense of not having a purpose, the sense of what am I doing here in this country after my husband passed away? What am I doing in this life, like alone? Like, what can I bring to the world? Just work as a doctor? It's just one more radiologist. You know, what would be the difference if I'm here or not as one more radiologist? You know, it's like 30 studies, no, 100 studies I read a day. Anybody could do that, you know? So then it was like, what am I doing here? Why am I alive? Why, you know, what is what is the purpose? I don't belong. I don't belong in Brazil. I don't belong in the United States. I don't belong because I don't have a husband who loves me. I don't have a purpose because what the heck am I here just to read 100 studies a day? And exactly what Margo just said, and all this journey and these 21 days that she said yes to me and she said yes to the world, it's just like I feel like I belong now. I feel like I can call her my Margo. I can call her husband my Joe. I can call my Andrew. I can call my Tom. I can say my Kim, my Kirk, my Mary. And that's you. Maybe people are like, I can't understand that. I can assure you that's that means so much for me that I cannot express in words. And feeling purposeful, feeling purposeful, waking up. And yes, I am a radiologist and I love being a radiologist. Yes, I am reading 100 studies and I do make a difference because I try to do the best work I can do. But also, I am bringing my husband, I am bringing my mom, I am bringing my grandma, I am bringing love and light, I am bringing healing, kindness, support, together with you all, together with all of us holding hands. And one thing that I really like, and I have been hearing this word from you, from other people, it's the co-creation. It's the co-creation. And I had to learn this too, because I had, and that's a big takeaway for me too, is like, I don't need to be number one. I don't need to be the best one to be accepted or to belong or not to be abandoned. I can be me, and being me is enough, or more than enough, because then Margo is Margo, Tom is Tom, and we hold hands and we grab our souls from our loved ones and we keep leading the tunnel of life. So that's a big, 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 big thing for me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I really, really like the word co-create as well. And that was introduced me now to by your friend Gary Zukav. I mean, Gary used that word in 1998 when I first listened to him on Oprah. And what's clear to me is I can hear, I'm more aware of, for lack of better words, I'm more aware of that which I am co-creating with speaking directly to me. And I was well aware of the fact that the 22 days for this program were coming to an end. I was well aware of the fact of what the two of you offered on a day-to-day basis to the world. And I was well aware of the fact of how that was being received and the ripple effect that was having. And so I'm not kidding you. The universe, the Holy Spirit goes, ask them both if they will continue one night a week at 7:30 p.m. Central, so we can continue to have our Margo and our Anna. And both of you said yes. So you both know how I am. Kim and Kirk definitely know how I am. Now Shelley knows how I am. I mean, I move really, really quickly, and sometimes some of the pieces fall, and then I reshuffle. So what became apparent to me is Wednesday night, 7:30, we can do it August 19th, we can do it August 26th, and we can do it September 2nd. So we will do those 3 Wednesdays, a continuation, 2.0 version of Margo and Anna. And then that next Wednesday, which is September 9th, that's when we begin Permission to Mourn, Module 1, the second offering. which sold out in a heartbeat. There are 22 seats. They filled up. And Anna, if you would share with the world who the guides are going to be beginning September 9th.
So I am honored and happy and grateful that the guides for Permission to Mourn Module 1 September are gonna be my Margo, my Mary, and Anna. So you're gonna have double M's, M&M's, and an A. Oh, you're gonna have an M&M.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So for folks that don't know,
Oh, hold on. I like that. They're gonna have M&M's, Mary and my Margo, and they are gonna have the beginning and the end of the alphabet. A, Anna, Z, Zuba. Oh, we're gonna encompass everything.
Infinity.
Yep, exactly. And we're gonna fly, people. We're gonna fly.
So for those folks that don't know, through 2020, I'm offering 4 3-week online programs that dive into the first third of my first book, Permission to Mourn. 3 of those programs have sold out. There is a weekend version of it. It's September 25th, 26th, 27th. There are a handful of seats left. You can go to tomzuba.com to familiarize yourself with that weekend retreat format when we're going to dive into the first third of the book. If it resonates and you want to register, please do so. If for whatever reasons 2020 is full for you, or you're not in a place for whatever reasons where you can do it, in January of 2021, I will be offering another 3-week version of Permission to Mourn Module 1. Registration is not open yet. If you want to be one of the first people to receive that info, sign up for my newsletter at tomzuba.com. This is how the program's going to unfold. There's a Permission to Mourn Module 1. There's a Module 2. There's a Module 3. We do the first third of the book, the second third of the book, the third third of the book. Ideally, one would finish all 3 over a 12-month period. Although if that doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. That's cool. But Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, and when you've finished those 3 and really assimilated all that info, then you would be ready for the Becoming Radiant. Kim Kirk and I are starting a 5-week online version of the retreat that Anna and Margo did in the spring of 2018. Once the virus clears, gives us freedom, the plan would be to do an online 5-week version of the Becoming Radiant retreat, and then do a live in-person version of the Becoming Radiant retreat. Next Tuesday, or this Tuesday coming up, this Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central, I'm going to dive back into the series of talking one-on-one with someone that I know. We're going to talk about life, death, and the road to healing. And this Tuesday, I'm going to introduce you to an incredible, incredible human being by the name of Jessica, who I am thrilled to let you know is my program manager. So it's not just going to be me anymore. It's going to be Jessica and I. And my intention is to turn over the details. So I met her at my friend Jessica Lindbergh's Restoring a Mother's Heart retreat immediately recognized the light that she is, and the universe brought us closer and closer and closer together. Last time I actually saw her was September of 2018, when she attended the second Becoming Radiant retreat in North Carolina. Mark it down. Next Tuesday, or this Tuesday coming up at 7:30 p.m.
That'd be good.
I want to circle back because we're closing the gratitude program that came through Anna with the help and the support of Valerie and Margo. So my understanding is that we sold 195 gratitude t-shirts, and we sold 16 gratitude masks, face masks, which is kind of cool. We raised, and I'm thinking this is what we netted. I'm 90% sure that we netted $804.84. Valerie, who masterminded the t-shirts, lives in Houston. As of this moment, she is aware of a great need for books, for Permission to Mourn. The objective, the goal, the intention was always to use that money to buy copies of my first book, Permission to Mourn, and offer them at no charge to folks in need. So Valerie's aware of the fact that Texas Children's Hospital will benefit from copies of the book. Houston Hospice, Memorial Hermann Hospice, and Bose Place. They're all in Houston, which is where Valerie lives. I'm very, very cool with that. What I think is fascinating in the absolutely no coincidences department is that after my son Rory was diagnosed with a glioblastoma, the doctors at Children's Memorial in Chicago wanted him to undergo chemo and radiation. They had already removed my 13-and-a-half-year-old son left temporal lobe, and he had had a stroke during surgery. And they said, we want to do chemo and radiation. And I said, why? This is a terminal brain cancer. Well, it will buy him more time, Mr. Zuba. How much? Couple weeks, couple months. What will the quality of his life be like? Not too good. I said, no, thank you. No, thank you. They said, whatever you do, do not take him to the Brzezinski Clinic in Houston. Don't do that. Piqued my interest. They don't want me to take him there. Who is this guy? We Googled him. We read the articles. Very controversial, very expensive. He's been arrested, thrown in jail. I'm desperate. I am desperate. I'm looking for someone who believes there's hope. We decided to go to Houston. My neighbor down the street gave us her miles. So my brother John, me, Rory, Sean, the four of us, right before Christmas, we fly to Houston. We go to this Brzezinski clinic. We walk in the door. There's a huge photograph of the Pope over the main desk. That caught my eye. What caught Rory's eye was there was a photograph, a painting of his hero, Albert Einstein, with a quote. We met with the doctor, and my 13-and-a-half-year-old son turned to me and said, Daddy, I want to try this. I want to try this. This daddy was not going to say no. So it's beautiful to me. It's beautiful that we're going to be able to help people in Houston. I want to share one other thing. This is life, people. This is life. The death of someone we love cracks us open big time. And when and if we're willing to say yes, we can see the world with new eyes. We can hear with new ears. We can feel with a new heart, our God-given barometer. Yesterday, Saturday, I had just gotten back from a 2-week vacation. And I was really, really excited because I was going to walk at 9:30 with my friend Andrea. We've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 weeks. We walk downtown. As Anna knows, Rockford is gloriously beautiful. There's a beautiful river. There's a thriving downtown. There's a coffee shop, even with our masks on. Coffee shop. There's a little bakery shop. Everything I love. I was so excited. And she texted me and she said, I'm going to be 10 minutes late. That's cool. I'm smart enough to realize that life happens for me always. If she's 10 minutes late, we're supposed to be 10 minutes late. I did not skip a beat. I went there earlier. I took pictures of the beautiful flowers because we meet at the conservatory, which is gorgeous. She shows up, even in the age of the virus. Don't tell anyone. We hugged. We started walking. We were not walking 1 minute. Mind you, we're 11 minutes late now. We're 11 minutes late. We're walking. This person on a bike comes right by us and yells, "Hey, Tom Zuba! Hey, Tom Zuba!" This is the story of my life. The number of people that say, "Hey, Tom Zuba," that I have no idea who they are, I can't explain that to you. So I turned and I thought, I do not know who you are. I don't recognize you. He was younger and I thought, well, maybe he's a friend of Sean's. You know, he stopped, he rode his bike back because he wanted FaceTime. And he said, "Hey, you're Tom Zuba." And I said, "I am." And Andrea just stands there because this had happened many times when she was with me. And I said, "Have we met before?" He said, "Oh, no. I've never met. I just recognized you." So I exhaled because I thought, okay. And I said, "Well, how do you know me?" "I read your book. I read your book. Your book saved my life." This is a guy who I don't think is 30. He might be 25 or 26. "I read your book. It saved my life. Thank you. I just really, really wanted to thank you." And I said, "Well, tell me more." And he got really, really quiet. And he said, my friend, a really, really good friend of mine, she got really, really depressed. And she took a gun and she blew her brains out. And he said, I just started to spiral down. I spiraled down. He said, and I got to a point where I went to that bridge. He pointed to the bridge. And he said, and I jumped off. He said, I jumped off the bridge. But they rescued me, I didn't die. They rescued me from the river and they took me to the psychiatric ward at Swedish American Hospital. And he said, the guy there, Warren, he said, you know Warren. He said he knows you. Warren gave me a copy of your book. And then he said, well, he didn't give it to me. He lent me a copy of your book. So I read it there. I read it a couple of times, but I had to give it back to him because they don't have enough books. And then I went and bought my own and I read it over and over and over again. You saved my life. He said, can I take a photo? Can we do a selfie? Is that okay? Can I do a selfie of you? Because because I want to post this on Facebook, and I want to have a picture of the two of us. And I said, well, what do you do now? He said, oh my God. He said, I'm a photographer. He said, I'm a photographer. In fact, today is my very first wedding. I'm leaving. I got to, I'm riding my bike. I'm going home. I'm going to get all cleaned up. It's my first wedding photographer job today. I'm so happy to be alive. I'm not done. He said, I'm not done. Got a lot of work to do, but thank you, thank you, thank you. So, with everyone's permission, I want to donate at least 10 books to the psychiatric ward at Swedish American Hospital. And I also want to say this to anyone out there. To me, there's a flaw in the system. I promise you, this hospital spends tens of thousands of dollars on public relations and marketing, trying to reel in the next patient, trying to reel in the next patient. The fact that they can't allocate $100 a quarter so that the inpatients in their psychiatric ward can have a copy of a book that we know saved Jordan King, that they can actually have a copy as opposed to just having one being lent. There's something wrong, and that conversation is for another time. This is how I want to close.
Can I say one thing before you close?
Yes.
Some people have asked Margo and I if it's worthy to do more than one of your groups. I don't even know how many. And I would say yes, whenever it resonates with your heart, do it, go for it. And the A to Z Healing Tools, Margo and I are also going to be the helping people, and it's unlimited registration. So go ahead and do that if it resonates with you. I was going to say the other one. No, I forgot.
The holiday one.
The holiday.
Oh, yeah, the holiday ones also. I did the holiday more than once. Margo did the holidays as well. It's very, very good to have this sense of belonging and family in a time that can be really, really, really painful. So yeah, shifting from pain to peace. Mm-hmm. And one only thing super fast. I set the intention of the Gratitude Awakening Road as Gilson Ana Rosa. And I set the intention of working with him through this gratitude journey. I did not pay attention to the numbers of how many we have collected because I wasn't really looking at the numbers. And you just said 804 and 80484 is my husband's birthday. So thank you. Thank you for saying this out loud. Yeah, thank you. I am so grateful. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So to underscore what Anna said, there's 2 additional programs scheduled that do not cap at 22 seats. One is Susan and I. Susan wrote the A to Z Healing Toolbox. We're going to dive into that for a weekend. And then I'm offering a 22-day holiday support program. Both of them, registration is open. You can find info at tomzuba.com. Mm-hmm. So this 22-day experience was so delicious for so many people. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could do it again in November, right before Thanksgiving? Focus on gratitude in November, right before Thanksgiving.
I would love that.
Yes.
You know, in the No Coincidences, my son Christopher was born and finished his work Thanksgiving week of 1986. And my son Andrew was diagnosed with his malignant brain tumor on Thanksgiving week, 1988. So I have much to be grateful for, and November and Thanksgiving especially is my most meaningful holiday of the year, and has always been that. So much hard stuff has happened, and yet so much still to be grateful for. So it would be a privilege to do this in November, and in honor of my boys,
Yeah, thank you. This is an exciting development for me. The Holy Spirit introduced me to this guy that I call CW, and because I cannot pronounce his last name. And CW is designing a beautiful Becoming Radiant, Living Radiant, Radiant t-shirt that is going to be available in a heartbeat. You know what might be really cool for us to brainstorm with him and have him create a really powerful new gratitude t-shirt. So think about, what the visual might be. I mean, obviously we love what's on the front, we love what's on the back, but, how can we pump it up for Thanksgiving 2020 in light of, the fascinating, powerful year that we've all lived through?
Extraordinary year we're all living through.
I love that.
So folks, look forward to that. We're definitely going to do a 22-day gratitude program at the beginning of November, leading up to preparing, setting the table for Thanksgiving.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Margo. Thank you, Anna.
It's so good to have you back.
It is.
So I'll put you both.
So good.
I'll put you both on the spot. When am I actually going to get to see you both in person?
I think in October.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think so.
I am planning on that. I have all my plans already.
Yeah.
So we will.
I can't say this out loud.
We will sip coffee early in the morning if you want. See the sunrise. We'll hug.
Zero in my mug.
That's okay.
Is the retreat sold out, or is anyone who still that knows you that lives in the area?
Yes, the retreat is sold out. And yes, I would definitely open the door to someone who is absolutely called and feels like they should be there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. As we were talking about offerings, I wasn't sure where that landed.
Yeah. For folks that don't know, I'm doing it's going to be Corona friendly. The intention, the vision, the plan is to move forward with a live in-person retreat. I think it's October 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, here in my hometown of Rockford. As of now, there are people, flying in from around the country. To be honest with you, today, actually it was lifted, but 3 days ago, my county had restrictions that if you flew in from Texas, from Florida, you would have to quarantine for 14 days. So, I'm going to adhere to wherever we are come, the middle of October. My hope, my prayer, my intention is that anyone that wants to attend, living in the US, who's mindful and responsible and, is 95% sure that they're not carrying the virus and then they're not going to expose the rest of us.
And I have face shields and that I bought for my department, so they are mine. I can bring face shields and people could use their masks and face shields.
Yes.
They're really cool. Yeah.
And I believe that the weather's going to be absolutely a glorious fall weekend. And the vast majority of our time together will be outside. You know, we will be outside. So the intention is to work with Mother Nature.
I want to say thank you, Dianta, from so the 21 days of gratitude that I have been posting on my Facebook, and Tom Zuba teaches a new way to do grief page. Dianta made a PowerPoint and a PDF, and I am in awe. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And my plan is to keep doing that. And who knows, maybe it can become a bigger project.
Sweetheart, right? Sweetheart, I already got plans for that. That's your first book, and you and I will discuss it.
Oh my God, I love it. I dreamt about it.
Ask Kim and Kirk. I already talked with them about it. I was like, when am I going to plant the seed with Anna?
And my Margo is in, within, because we walk with. We do not move on. We do not move forward.
I'm looking at Tom's shirt, and you kind of sat up, and it's trust the universe,
and
right?
Gratitude. I do not have this big boob, so it's gratitude. And I'm sorry for being Brazilian.
Listen, we need you exactly the way you are.
You're both like, oh my God, she cannot be saying that for the world. I love you.
Thank you both. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks for spending this time.
Thank you for inviting us this morning to share, and thanks everyone again for joining us on this very transformational gratitude awakening road. It was such a joy.
We will see both of you this Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. right here.
I love you. I love you all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.